Once again, thank you to all our distinguished and eminent speakers for sparing their valuable time. So without wasting any time, I would like to ask my first question to Dr. A.B. Dey. Sir, in all your decades of studying geriatrics, is there something new medical science has discovered about the elderly population and their ailments? Something that we are not aware of? I would like to hear from you about your thoughts on this.
There are 3-4 new conditions which have been recognized now, which we have done some research and published and found out solutions to. One is wastage of muscles with age, that is sarcopenia, that older people tend to lose their muscle, and in the business of geriatrics, the legs are as important as the heart is, because unless the person is mobile and active, the rest of the system tend to shrink and collapse as soon as possible. At this point of time, we are trying to find out what are the norms for diagnosis in India, because it's a diagnosis is a bit tricky. So we are trying to sort that out. The other entity is called something, is an entity called frailty of aging, that older people tend to become weak. The complaint that we often hear that we are feeling very weak, no desire to work, lot of fatigue. And this entity has emerged in last about 15 to 20 years, which I did not read in medical school. And we found that older people who are frail tend to have more diseases, disability, getting admitted into hospital, getting dependent. And we did some research in trying to address old age frailty, and we thought very guided physical activity with focus on lower limbs and nutritional supplement can improve state of frail health in older people. At this point of time, my current research focus is on aging of the brain in the form of cognitive aging that Dr. Banerjee referred to, and we are carrying out one of the largest study in the world, looking at how older people age with respect to their mind. And some of our publications have come, and we are looking at cognitive aging because there have been you may have heard about a new drug coming for Alzheimer's disease. So if we can diagnose people in the early phases of Alzheimer's disease, we can use this drug and try to reverse the failure of the brain aging. So these are some of the entities, but more importantly, the expertise of my department lies in handling older people in a state of delirium. And I always claim that we are the best in managing people who have got acute confusional state and delirium in the setting of acute illnesses. We do that better. And it's a very complex branch of medicine, and we learn every day. That's what I can humbly summarize as to what my feeling and what my experience is.
I totally second your thoughts, sir, that you are one of the best in the country to handle such situations. My next question is for Dr. M.R. Rajagopal. Sir, why is there a lack of awareness of palliative care in India? What could be the possible reason for this?
I would say mainly two reasons. One is that it's a relatively young field and things change slowly in our country. From last year, 2019, it is part of the curriculum of for medical students. So things are changing towards better. The other reason is that we don't want to think about those things. We say, be positive, think of good things. Very nice. You can always think of staying healthy. But the wiser way of handling it is to stay positive, stay healthy as long as possible, but also to remember that everybody has to have an illness and die someday. Human mortality continues to be 100%, despite all scientific advances. and only 10 to 15% of us will die a sudden death. Being prepared for that means the society has to stop thinking about this current concept of forbidden death. We try to fight death to the last moment to keep the heart going. It doesn't make sense. It's more important to have good quality of life, as good as possible till the last moment. Dr. Day just now said, requested the questioner to live with it. If the grandfather stops or takes less food, what are we doing? We want the grandfather to eat as much as we want him to, what we want him to. He needs less food. He wants to eat what he likes. And that is something that we have to accept after excluding the medical conditions. And this is the same thing. We have to be prepared to think about death as the inevitable consequence of life. That our elders will fall in, that we will also fall in someday, and strive for the best quality. If we are able to think about it, palliative care will become more popular.